Do you have to hate your opponents to win?
Can I touch your hair? Can I feel? I love your hair.
As if she had no respect for herself previously.
From her thoughts on former President Obama's racial identity.
That's his thing. I think that's fascinating considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey, you do you. I'm going to do me.
Which caught the ire of former co-workers.
I think the reason why you're hearing so much about this in the community is because it's disappointing.
It's the anti-Blackness of it is what seeps out. Like, so she's not only taking a shot at Black people, she's then taking a shot at Black men. At all in one punch.
But that wasn't all.
To suggesting female journalists welcome harassment by the way they dress.
When you dress like that,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you deserve the gross comments, but you know what you're doing when you're putting that outfit on.
What's your reaction to that?
Now she's anti-woman, and that's just a no-no. How do you tell a young girl you don't like the way she's dressed, so I don't want to mentor you or look at your tape?
If I'm a young woman in this business, I wouldn't ask Sage Steele anything about come to her for any advice after hearing these things come out of her mouth.
To her illogical, unfounded commentary on Colin Kaepernick.
I think it's comical. I think that if Colin Kaepernick, I just think he would still be on the Niners if he were that good. Other teams would have picked him up. If he were that good.
And the praising of an alt-right darling.
You're the Candace Owens of ESPN, is what...
Wait, what? Where did you read that?
I forget where I read it, but it made me laugh.
Wow. I respect the hell out of Candace Owens.
So do I.
So the news today that Steele was parting ways with ESPN after 16 years was hardly a shock. She has been more headache than team player. A Pearl Davis type on femininity, a MAGA troll on endorsements. At the network, her co-workers, seeing her past rhetoric and the stories many in sports media have heard, reportedly thought it was foul she would be handling hosting duties for the airing of a special on race in the wake of George Floyd's killing by Minneapolis PD. She's mad, yet demands others shut up and dribble.
But I will always go back to, why did people turn us on when Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann were hosting? And why are they turning us on now? And in my opinion, it is not to hear about Charlottesville.
This is the same woman. When former President Donald Trump issued the Muslim ban, she would go full Karen and voice her displeasure with protesters. It truly tracks. And at the NBA All-Star Game...
The U.S. has a lot they can learn from Canada. Healthcare, taking care of people. And I think
So we're talking about celebrity stuff, not politics.
When Arcade Fire's Win Butler brings up affordable health care, she cuts the interview short. Her troubles go back some time, but it all went downhill when she sued ESPN in 2022, claiming she was benched for remarks she made with ex-quarterback Jay Cutler.
You're closeted. Like you cannot come out. Look at what happened in California with Larry Elder and how he is a black Republican. God forbid.
The election of Donald Trump in 2016, in my opinion, was divine intervention.
the idea that there's systemic racism against Black people is a lie.
In court filings, the company said Steele couldn't prove she was punished because she still made $3 million a year. Via the Post, ESPN suggested it is not legally responsible for how coworkers and others responded to Steele's comments, and that the company has its own right to expression that includes who it puts on the air.
I know I'm right with this. With diversity of thought being the most important thing.
In the suit, instead of admitting wrongdoing and owning her hurtful comments, she blamed the media for erupting at her when covering her appearance on the pod. The door is wide open for Steele now. Fox News, The Blaze, Outkick, and other heavy right-wing media outlets will likely seek her services and cling to the narrative of she was canceled by ESPN and sell a lie to their audience that willfully will accept it.